Genetics. An overview. Nucleotides. A nucleotide is the basic structural unit and building block for DNA. These building blocks are hooked together to form a chain of DNA. A nucleotide is composed of 3 parts: sugar, phosphate group, bases. Cell division, mitosis. Mitosis is a type of cell division that occurs for growth and repair of tissue. Outline of the process: to produce identical cells for growth and repair of tissue. 2 places where mitosis occur are skin and muscles. 2 daughter cells are formed. Describe the structure of chromosomes, DNA, genes, and alleles, and their relationship to each other. Chromosomes are made up of many genes and are found inside the nucleus of a cell. DNA is the chemical that makes up chromosomes and carries the genetic code. A gene is a section of DNA that codes for a specific trait/characteristic. Genes are made up of molecules called DNA. An allele is an alternative form of a gene. Know that chromosomes exist in homologous pairs so that individuals inherit 2 copies of each gene, 1 from each parent. Chromosomes are found in homologous pairs. This means they have the same genes in the same position on the chromosome. A person will have chromosomes in pairs. 1 from each pair came from the mother maternal chromosome and 1 came from the father paternal chromosome. Human body cells contain 23 pairs, 46 chromosomes. Define the genetic code and how it is related to the structure of proteins. Along the DNA, base sequences provide the code for making different proteins, which then determine particular characteristics or traits. Slight differences in the base sequences making up a gene are called alleles, and they cause variation in the phenotype. These differences lead to genetic variation between individuals. Understand the function of proteins. Proteins are the building blocks for your body. Proteins help break down food to release energy. The bases that make a gene are arranged in groups of 3, called a triplet. Each triplet carries the code for a specific amino acid. A protein is simply a long chain of amino acids. Define mutation in DNA and how it produces new alleles. A mutation is when a change occurs in the base sequence of a DNA. When a change occurs in the base sequence of the DNA, a different protein gets produced. When the base sequence of a DNA is different, a new allele is produced. Mutations that occur in somatic cells are not passed on to the offspring, that is, they are not inherited. Only mutations that occur in gametes can be passed on to the offspring, because they are involved in fertilisation. Discuss the process of meiosis and how unique gametes are produced. Diploid cells produce haploid gametes. Meiosis is a cell division process that produces gametes with half the chromosome number. 1. Homologous chromosomes pair up. 2. Chromosomes replicate. 3. Homologous replicated chromosomes come together and the chromosomes cross over, exchange segments. Each chromosome now carries different genes from those it started with. 4. 2 new cells form, with a different mix of chromosomes. 5. Chromosomes separate and go to different ends of the cell. It is random as to which chromosome of each pair goes to which end. 6. 4 unique gametes are formed, each with a different set of genes and only half the number of chromosome of the parent cell. Discuss the process of meiosis and how unique gametes are produced. Diploid cells produce haploid gametes. Part 2. 4 daughter cells or gametes are produced, each with half the original number of chromosomes. Meiosis occurs in the testes and ovaries. 4 daughter cells are formed by meiosis. 46 chromosomes are found in a normal human body cell. 23 chromosomes are found in daughter cells produced by meiosis. Discuss how meiosis and fertilisation in sexual reproduction produce a new mix of alleles, genetic variation. When homologous pairs of chromosomes line up during meiosis, they do so randomly. This means it is completely random which combination of alleles end up in a particular gamete. This process is called independent assortment. Discuss how meiosis and fertilization in sexual reproduction produce a new mix of alleles, genetic variation. Part 2. An important part of meiosis is the mixing of genetic material. Gametes are different from both the parent cell and from other gametes. Individuals are different from each other because the gametes from which they form are all different. They received half their chromosomes from each parent.